I'm just here logging in to talk about my this mono blue tempo deck that I've been playing lately. Let's just bring it up in the editor. So the mono blue tempo deck basically has a game plan of playing out a one or more very cheap evasive creatures, and then protecting it and putting a Curious Obsession on it, and just using it to draw cards, and then counter your opponent's spells and be down with the creatures, and maybe finish off with a Tempest Djinn or a Pteramander that's been adapted. So let's just look at the cards. I'm going to go through them category by category and talk about them. The first category, of course, is super cheap evasive creatures. Basically, the core strategy of the deck is built around these. You want to play one or more of these, put a Curious Obsession on it, protect it, attack, draw cards. That's the main goal of this deck. So, first one I'll talk about is Mist-Cloaked Herald. Mist-Cloaked Herald is central to this deck strategy. If you can play this on turn 1 and have it survive until turn 2 when you slap a Curious Obsession on it, leaving up mana for dive down or some other form of protection, then often that's basically game over for your opponent. The next one I'll look at here is Pteramander. Pteramander is a cheap evasive creature that turns into a monster when you need it to. It's a great addition from Ravnica Allegiance for both Mono Blue Tempo and Izzet Drakes. I originally replaced Tempest Djinn in my Mono Blue Tempo deck with Pteramander when RNA came out, the theory being that it made the curve that much lower and allowed me to play one fewer island. But nowadays I play both Pteramander and Tempest Djinn. Alright. Siren Stormtamer. Siren Stormtamer you can put a Curious Obsession on it on turn 2, and you can use it to help protect another evasive creature that has a Curious Obsession on it. Being able to counter spells or even abilities by only paying 1 blue mana is really good, and you have to keep in mind that you can use it to counter things that target you, like Settle the Wreckage and Thought Erasure, for example. Okay, the next category I'm going to look at is card draw. Curious Obsession is probably the most important card in the deck. It allows you to keep your hand full of answers while attacking in for small amounts of damage each turn, at least until you're able to attack for a large amount of damage. You want to protect this card like it is your newborn baby. Do not cast it if there's a chance it'll be thwarted, or if you are in really dire straits and will lose if you can't draw an extra card. Also, pay attention to the fact that it goes away if your creature doesn't attack. So don't make the mistake of playing it on a summoning sick creature or one that your opponent is likely to tap down using a Merfolk Trickster or some other spell or ability that you don't have a way to stop. The next card draw card is here is Opt. Opt is a cheap blue cantrip. It helps card selection, and it's pretty good in this deck. It helps you both draw cards you need at the very beginning of the game, and helps you spend mana that you held up for counter and protection spells if your opponent is tapped out on the end of their turn. Alright, Chart a Course. Chart a Course plays as a 2-mana draw 2 in just about any blue deck that's attacking, like this one, which makes it really good in this deck. You can cast it early if you're unable to attack, just to smooth out your draws, and playing this on turn 2 after attacking with a 1-drop can just be dirty. It can just be great. Okay. Let's look at the other creatures now. Merfolk Trickster. Merfolk Trickster interacts well in combat. It can be a surprise blocker, and it can eat attackers like Adanto Vanguard, or trade with a Gatebreaker Ram. or it can just tap a blocker on the opponent to end step and get a hit through with something wearing a Curious Obsession. And it can also shut down combos by force tapping creatures that are going to go off with a combo after something else resolves. And in a pinch, if you get one of these out early, you can put a Curious Obsession on it, as long as you're able to attack through without it getting blocked. Tempest Djinn. Just the fact that this is a 4 toughness flyer that often has 4 or more power, I mean like almost all the time, makes it worth the 3 mana. In this deck, you use it as a finisher. You almost never want to play it as soon as you have 3 mana. Generally, you want to keep it into your hand until you can protect it with counter spells and Siren Stormtamer. Okay, so let's look at protection and counter spells. I'll look at Blink of an Eye first. So, Blink of an Eye is a really good effect to have access to here. You can use it to slow down and mess up the game plan of aggro decks early in the game, and later in the game it can even replace itself while you're doing that. And it provides defense and protection in the early game. You can bounce attackers and blockers, and you can even bounce your own creatures in response to removal. It can also bounce problematic planeswalkers, enchantments, and artifacts. And that can buy you some extra time and even force your opponent to recast an expensive spell, or just force them to recast a spell while you have mana open for a counter spell on a following turn. It's just really flexible, and you're probably going to want at least one of them in the deck. Alright, dive down. So basically, you got a 1 mana spell here that helps protect your card draw engine, and it's really more powerful in this deck than it might seem at first glance. It protects your small evasive creatures in 2 ways. Number 1, it keeps targeted removal from resolving, and 2, it can boost power to keep a creature from being destroyed by non-targeted burn or damage, such as an early Gates Ablaze or a Goblin Chain Whirler. Alright, Essence Capture. Essence Capture is another new card from Ravnica Allegiance. It's a strict upgrade to Essence Scatter and mono blue decks. Getting a +1/+1 counter on one of your evasive creatures can help speed up your game in your favor as well. You're going to want at least one of these in your main deck to keep pesky creatures that your tempo cards can't easily deal with off the battlefield. Alright. Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce can really make life difficult for your opponent. It means, the fact that you probably have this, and if they know what they're playing against, they know you could have it. It means it's no longer safe for them to slam expensive spells into a single open blue mana, and it taxes their planeswalkers and other expensive spells, and gives you a lot of cheap added protection, especially early in the game, but often throughout the mid-game as well. Alright, Wizard's Retort. Wizard's Retort is a cancel that is often at a discount in this deck, thanks to Siren Stormtamer and Merfolk Trickster. Being able to counter any spell makes the times when this costs 1 more mana than Negate or Essence Capture worth it. As far as lands go, you're just going to end up playing 19 or 20 islands. There's kind of not much to think about there. And, okay, let's go look at the sideboard. I think we covered all the main deck cards here. So in the sideboard, in this version of the deck, I have Exclusion Mage. It's not a Reflector Mage, but for 3 mana, it's still a pretty good deal, especially for a deck built around a tempo strategy. Basically, you can bring this in to use to bounce problematic blockers to open up a path for an attack, or just set your opponent back a turn by forcing them to recast an expensive creature. And sometimes in in the best circumstances, you can bounce a creature and then counter it when they go to recast it. Alright, Faerie Duelist. In a lot of decks, this is just going to be a bad, cheap blue card, but it can be a real role player out of the sideboard in this deck. It's really good against mono-red aggro strategies, as it eats Viashino Pyromancer or Fanatical Firebrand if they attack with it. No, it's not Viashino Pyromancer, I meant Gitu Lava Runner. It eats a Gitu Lava Runner, it trades with Viashino Pyromancer. And it doesn't die to Goblin Chain Whirler, which is nice, and having Flash means that you can hold up 2 mana for protection or counterspell, but then if they don't do anything and they tap out, you can just play it at the end of their at the end of their turn to help build out your battlefield. Okay. Surge Mare. Surge Mare provides good defense against aggro decks, and the threat of activation makes it difficult for the opponent to block it well. When it hits, it helps you dig toward your card draw engine, and also more protection spells for this and other creatures. So, yeah, it's a good card to side in against aggro and weenie decks. Deep Freeze. Deep Freeze is a card that deals with a wide range of creatures that are otherwise difficult for mono blue to deal with. It can knock blockers out of the way of your flyers at the least, and in a best case can deal with a Lyra Dawnbringer or a Niv Mizzet that can otherwise just destroy your game plan. And incidentally, they don't even get to draw a card off Niv when you cast it, which is nice. Alright, Negate. Negate is basically a good sideboard card for almost any deck playing blue. It gives you additional protection against board wipes. You can use it to make sure your spells resolve, and you can use it to keep pesky planeswalkers off the battlefield, which is a big bonus. Basically, I always bring these in against control decks, and it's also pretty good against gate decks, as you can use it to keep Guild Summit off the field or keep a Gates Ablaze from resolving. Search for Azcanta. Search for Azcanta brings you some card selection and eventually flips into a land that lets you draw the best spell from the top 4 cards of your deck and works as ramp, although generally this deck doesn't really care about that very much. This is a sideboard candidate for situations where you find yourself in need of some additional deck smoothing. You really want most of the cards in your deck to affect the battlefield or counter your opponent's spells, so I would not ever play more than one of these, or bring more than one of these in. Alright, Entrancing Melody. This is a good sideboard option to have against opponents that are playing problematic creatures with like lower modest converted mana costs. It can help against larger creatures in matchups where the games are going long, although it's a little less useful for that. This is really fun to bring in against Sultai Midrange and use to steal Hydroid Krasis that is really big, or Wild Growth Walker that has a lot of counters on it. Or even any cheap adapt creatures that has gotten its counters, like a Pteramander or something. Other possible sideboard options might be, I'm just gonna split back here, Essence Capture. You might want to put additional Essence Capture in the sideboard, or even just have it in the sideboard instead of the main deck altogether, depending on how creature light your meta is. Basically everything I said about it earlier still holds true, so you would want to bring it in against decks playing problematic creatures, aggro decks, things like that. Let me just search for another card here real quick. Disdainful Stroke. This is a good card to have around, and you know, it's cheap. It's a cheap counter spell that's a solid sideboard option against opponents playing heavy, or playing the kind of bombs that I guess it hits, like Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Vivian Reed, Rekindling Phoenix, things like that. It is a little situational, so I wouldn't have a ton of these. Another sideboard option I don't have in the build I've been playing is Sleep. I think people overvalue Sleep a lot, but it can definitely enable aggressive attacks, and it's pretty good against aggro opponents sometimes as well. If you're playing against an opponent that locks up the board to such an extent that you can't attack in game 1, maybe I'd consider bringing one of these in from the sideboard. Alright, well that's it, and now I will go ahead and include some actual gameplay videos of this. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. Some mono blue tempo gameplay on the traditional ladder. I've got a deck tech that I'm putting together for this today, so hopefully we'll see this video go up not too long from now. Okay, so I will play first. I'd really rather keep a hand with Curious Obsession. I'm going to keep this and hope I can draw one just because I've got the Mist-Cloaked Herald and some protection. This deck, or at least a version of this deck, actually took down the Mythic Championship over the last weekend. There we go. I doubt that I'm as good a pilot as the winner of that championship, but we'll see how I do. Okay, I can Wizard's Retort something now at least. They cast Jade Light Ranger or something. Yeah, nope. Not today. More ramp. Yeah, I probably should have mulliganed looking for a Curious Obsession. But you know. Okay, now I can Essence Capture another Explorer creature. But if they cast a Planeswalker, there's nothing much I can do. I can protect my flyer with Dive Down at least. Yeah, I'm going to Essence Capture this onto my Mist-Cloaked Herald. Dive down this. If I don't get a Curious Obsession soon, I'm going to have problems. I probably should have opted to see if I can get a Curious Obsession. I don't want a Tempest Djinn, I already have one in my hand. No, I'm not going to play it yet. I mean, Tempest Djinn is a win con if I can stick it and protect it. I've kept them from exploring a couple times now, but I'm not going to be able to keep them from exploring forever. You know what? I'm just going to big this. while I'm at it. Oh, there's a Curious Obsession. Nice. Okay. Whew. Alright, so anything worth sideboarding here? Entrancing Melody can be pretty good against this deck. And Deep Freeze also. And maybe a Negate. So what I'm going to do is take out all the Tempest Djinns, because they're kind of too vulnerable here. I'm going to put in an Entrancing Melody, a Deep Freeze, a Negate, and an Exclusion Mage. See how we do with that. So the reason for the Entrancing Melody is to steal a Wild Growth Walker if they get one pumped up. Exclusion Mage can bounce a big one and make them start over again with it. Or just make them recast it. Oh man, I want to keep this. But only one land. Let's live dangerously. And then Negate is just for extra protection from removal. Let's Pteramander. They're going to take my Curious Obsession. Yep. What else did I sideboard in? I somehow already don't remember. Incubation Druid. Okay. That could be a useful thing to steal or to... I don't want the island. I got an island anyway. Let's see if I can find a Curious Obsession already. Nope. Sorry they stole that from me. Okay, so I can dive down in response to this. Okay, there's an Entrancing Melody. So now I can steal Incubation Druid. I'm going to play out another Siren Stormtamer. I can actually protect myself from a Thought Seizure with that. Yeah, I'll take the 2 damage. Merfolk Trickster I don't need yet. I think now what I do is I keep creatures in my hand in order to be able to... Okay, I need to set a stop. I missed it. Oh well. I wanted to Merfolk Trickster that Incubation Druid. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tap Incubation Druid in response. Of course, they can just get the mana. Yep. And I'm gonna get rid of that cast down. I'm guessing they're gonna cast a flyer to draw. Yep, Hydroid Crisis. Okay, so that's maybe more attractive thing to steal right now. Don't block that. Alright, so the problem is if I just steal that right now, I don't have any mana left up for protection. So what I'm gonna do, let's see here. No, I have to steal it if I want to be able to attack. So I'm gonna go ahead, steal that. This might be a mistake. Get another attack in. But now I have no protection, so that might have been a mistake, we'll see. Alright. Nope, they killed it. Okay. I will go ahead and get myself another island. Well, I only had the one Entrancing Melody, so that's a one-trick pony. Okay, so let's see what I got in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now, Pteramander costs 4. So I'm not gonna big it up yet. Because I want to chart a course instead. But now Pteramander costs 3 to grow. So I am going to just leave this, and if I don't need to protect Pteramander on my next turn, then I'll grow it. Oh, they're going to bring back Hydroid Crisis. Oh, I wish I had my Essence Capture right now. Take some damage. And they could easily have a Vraska's Contempt. I am not going to spend the mana for Pteramander right now. So there's Merfolk Trickster. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and grow Pteramander. Yep. Then I can protect it from Vraska's Contempt. Wish I had a Spell Pierce. I'm gonna block. Probably should just block the Incubation Druid. I have a feeling there's a wipe coming. Nope. Wild Growth Blocker. Okay, now I have a Spell Pierce, that's good. So let's attack with this. Now they're blocking. I should have tapped that. Oh, I messed that up really badly. Okay, I'm gonna play another Pteramander. Another Siren Stormtamer. And I will end turn. Good game. Oh man, I messed that up. I should have won on the previous turn. Oh well. Rank up to Platinum 2. Working on getting some video captures for the deck tech. The deck tech article that I'm working on for this. So this deck is a little tricky to play well, and I'm not the best at it, but hopefully I'll get some good... Well, I'm going to keep this because I have some couple islands and some 1 and 2 drops, but... And I can protect the Pteramander if it doesn't die on this first turn. I really wish I had the Curious Obsession, but I don't really feel like mulligan to try to get it just now. So now the question is, do I chart a course and hope I get a Curious Obsession, or leave mana up for Spell Pierce? I'm going to play it a little risky this time and do chart a course. And now I've opt in Spell Pierce. And, okay, I have a lot of instant speed stuff to leave up now, so that's good. I used to think Merfolk when I saw blue-green, but now I see Memorial to Genius and Forest and think, oh, especially Growth Spiral, and think, do I counter this? No, I don't. And think Turbofog. I'm kind of bad at figuring out what to counter against Turbofog. I've been told that Wilderness Reclamation is not the thing you want to counter, but I kind of feel like it has to be sometimes. Alright, I got my Curious Obsession, so now I'll go to my turn. And I have a Dive Down and a Spell Pierce, so hopefully I can cast this without it being countered or something. The problem with Curious Obsession against Turbofog is that they root snare it. Okay, I can Spell Pierce that. And then once it's on, I can hopefully use Dive Down to help protect it on the Pteramander itself. Yep, take action. Oh, good, an island. Alright. A lot of times the win con for Turbofog is like 1 Hydroid Crisis, so if I can counter it, I have a little better luck. So I hope I can draw a Negate or something. Well, let's opt right now, actually. Oh, good, Siren Stormtamer. Okay, now I have lots of protection, but I don't have any way to keep them from going off if they have the cards to do it now. I always have to sideboard in Negates against this deck. But I'm not quite clear yet on what to sideboard out. I want to deal as much damage as I can as quickly as possible. Okay, there's another Hydroid Crisis. If this is actually Turbofog and not just some green-blue thing. But... okay, well, let's tap down the Hydroid Crisis so I can still attack. There's another island. You know what? I'm going to play the Tempest Djinn while I have the mana for it. But they can start taking turns now, and there's nothing I can really do about it. Great. Okay. Okay, well, let's tap down Hydroid Crisis. They might just take an extra turn, so it doesn't even matter. We'll see. Yep, there it is. Not gonna block it. Oh great, there's another Hydroid Crisis. Bigger one. Let's see if they got their Nexus. Yep, they did. Pass. Oh, they did not have another Nexus, it looks like. Oh, but they do have a Root Snare. Nice. So prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. I still have to attack with Pteramander. Don't really have a choice, so I don't lose the Curious Obsession. And end turn. Okay, Growth Spiral. Search for Azcanta. Pass. Pass. Opt. Resolve. Alright, nothing I can do about that. Okay. There's a root snare I can't do anything about. End turn. Now for sure they're gonna get their Nexus of Fates. I flipped Azcanta, there's not much I can do against that. Can't Spell Pierce this. Can't Spell Pierce this. Um, 16, let's see here. Do I want to block? Yeah, I think I'm going to try to block the 5/5 and then dive down. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think I'm losing this one either way. Because now they can just dig, and oh, there's an extra turn. Another Wilderness Reclamation, nice. Oh boy. Now they have some stacked Nexus of Fates. Well, here comes their next Nexus, I guess. How long do I wait till I concede? I think I'm going to concede pretty quick here. Now they can blink of an eye something. Sure. There goes my blocker. So much mana. Oh, there's an X. You know what? I'm going to concede now. See if I can sideboard some more counter magic against this thing. So I definitely want Negates in. I just don't know what else is going to work against this deck. I mean, I want the Tempest Djinns in. I'm going to take out a Merfolk Trickster, a Tempest Djinn, And maybe one more Merfolk Trickster. Alright, let's give this a try. I lost hard against this deck last night, and I'm not really expecting to do that much better against it tonight, or this morning, but we'll see. Keep it again. Hello. Turn 1 Pteramander. Turn 2 Chart a Course. Yep. Yep. There's some Curious Obsession. Well, let's see if I can get one through onto there. I meant to play the Siren Stormtamer out before I attacked. They are ramping. Alright. Play out a Siren Stormtamer. And end turn. Okay, there's a search for Azcanta. Wish I could have countered that. Or maybe I can at least counter a Wilderness Reclamation or something. I'm going to try to play another Curious Obsession here. Okay. Are they going to fog? No. Alright. There's a Growth Spiral. I'm going to let it through and hope I can counter a Wilderness Reclamation or something. Okay, let's opt. Don't want an island. Oh, I got an island anyway. Merfolk Trickster, not yet. There's another Wizard's Retort. That makes me happy. Take action. Draw another card. Let's see here. So I can play out Pteramander. See, I want to leave up mana for Siren Stormtamer and both Wizard's Retorts. Okay, go ahead and get your Growth Spiral. Oh, I gotta discard a card. Okay, I don't need that island. Resolve. Pass. Okay, my turn. I should have maybe played out the Trickster. So he costs 5 to make bigger right now. No, not going to go for it. Let's counter the fog. Counter the counter. Okay. Not exactly what I wanted. End turn. Great. Well, there's a Wilderness Reclamation, which I want to counter. So let's see if I can get a Spell Pierce. Nope, no such luck. Now I think I'm screwed. I shouldn't have wasted those 2 counter spells. At least they can't... Okay. It's like at least they can't Nexus of Fate on this turn. Oh. Double concede. Okay. Alright. Mono blue tempo on the traditional ladder. And, alright, should I keep this? I might keep it, but I really don't want to keep this without the Curious Obsession. I'm going to mulligan. Now I kind of have to keep it. See if I can get something better on top. Oh boy. Should have kept the first one. Okay, well now I can Merfolk Trickster on my opponent's turn at least. Oh, looks like my opponent kept a 1 land hander too. I feel like there's a... Oh no, they didn't shock it. Interesting. Well, that was an interesting game. I think we both kept bad hands. Okay, so they are probably Izzet Drakes. Which means what do I want to side in? I'd kind of like Entrancing Melodies that I can steal Drakes with eventually. Maybe a couple Entrancing Melodies and a couple Negates. Take out the Tempest Djinns. Yeah, let's give that a try. Yeah, Mist-Cloaked Herald, Curious Obsession, keep it. Turn 1 Mist-Cloaked Herald. They might just shock it. But I gotta go for it, you know? They did not shock it. It'd be nice if this Curious Obsession draws me into like a dive down or something, but I might just end up losing this on the next turn. Another Wizard's Retort, okay. Chart a course. Did they find a shock? No. Alright, now I have a Siren Stormtamer, that's good. So I can Wizard's Retort, and I got 2 ways to protect my Mist-Cloaked Herald. Alright. course, huh? Are they looking for... Oh, they're looking for phoenixes. Maybe they're holding on to shocks until they get their phoenixes in the graveyard or something. Alright, my turn. Well, now I have Entrancing Melody online. I can maybe steal something if it comes up. Alright. Of course, draw the card. There's a Pteramander. I'm not going to play it yet because I want to keep up mana for both Wizard's Retorts. Radical idea. Yeah, I'm going to let that resolve. It ends up in the graveyard either way, which is where they want it. Alright, let's see what they got. Oh, draw another card. So now it's hard for me to decide if I need to counter these card draws. Okay, I will counter Lava Coil for sure. Spell Pierce, huh? Alright. Well, I will counter it again. Here come their phoenixes. So what's the CMC on a phoenix? 4, so I need 6 to steal it. Alright. So I'll play another Curious Obsession on my Mist-Cloaked Herald. I'm going to set a stop here on their turn, because I want to tap down an Arclight Phoenix right away. Card. Okay, so I can tap down an Arclight Phoenix and bounce one. Tap one of these guys down. Yep, resolve. And pass turn. I might bounce one, but I'm going to wait till the end of the turn to bounce it. Because I'm going to leave mana open for Dive Down and Siren Stormtamer. Actually, I might not bounce it on this turn. Yeah, I need to dive down that thing. Okay, they can draw a card. Good game. Alright, not bad. I will see you guys next time. Alright. We are in the game. Okay. First game in the Daily Arena Tournament number 1. Okay, he's playing mono white. Not blocking. Oh no, he's playing, okay, I can block that with Merfolk Trickster. Which means I have to leave the mana open to do that. In turn. So I think hopefully he attacks with Azcanta Vanguard. I block with Merfolk Trickster, making that a 1/1, and I eat it. And then maybe play Curious Obsession on my next turn. We'll see. I wish I had better protection for Pteramander. Oh boy. History Finale is coming. So I mostly play this style of deck in my best of 1. Not in best of 3, so we'll see how well I do against it with this deck. Could be a problem. Maybe not. Okay, now I have a wizard out, so I can play my Curious Obsession and protect Pteramander with Wizard's Retort. And I'll leave Merfolk Trickster back as a blocker. Draw a card, got a Spell Pierce, nice. Okay. Gotta just hold protection up. Yeah, with this deck you just gotta kind of take it slow and steady. I will Wizard's Retort that Marshal. I don't want him to be able just to attack. I mean, he can still attack, but I'm going to take a little less damage from that. Let's attack. See what I draw here. Island. Okay, so I'm going to Tempest Djinn. I have a blocker. And I still have mana open for Spell Pierce. I don't really have anything else I need to cast besides Spell Pierce, so it's okay to play the Tempest Djinns. I think I'll eat Sky Marcher Aspirant if he attacks with everything. Legion's Landing. Okay, that's fine. Resolve. And now I have a Spell Pierce if they try to cast another spell. Nope, that's Dauntless Bodyguard. We're gonna protect that token. Okay, that's fine. I don't really want to trade Tempest Djinn with Dauntless Bodyguard. Okay, I will Spell Pierce that. Still looking kind of rough for me. Oh, I thought they would attack with the Knight. Hey. I think I just keep attacking with Pteramander and keep a blocker up. Keep mana up for Blink of an Eye. Blink of an Eye, withdraw a card on. Ooh, Siren Stormtamer can help protect something. Alright, I'm gonna play the Stormtamer. I'm not gonna be able to kick Blink of an Eye, which is what I'd really like to be able to do, but playing it a little bit safe. Okay, so he's gonna flip his Legion's Landing right now, I think. So I can blink Dauntless Bodyguard in order to eat the Knight. Well, I'm gonna eat one of them either way, I think. So now that I have Siren Stormtamer out for some extra protection, maybe I can actually play Tempest Djinn on the next turn. Okay, so first strike, hexproof. Sure. If he doesn't attack, I'm not going to blink anything. If he does attack, I'm for sure going to blink something. Okay, so that flips. Didn't really have much I could do about that. I'll block that, see if they activate Dauntless Bodyguard. Okay, and now I'm gonna blink. Let's see here, Knight of Grace is only 2 mana. I think I'm taking the damage. Okay. Yep, that'll be my turn. Okay, play an island. So let's see here. If I can attack for 5, 6, if I can attack for 7 twice, I'm done. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Take action. I'll play a Tempest Djinn, that leaves me with Blink of an Eye, mana open, okay. And turn. Yep. That's game 1 in the bag. Let's go to sideboards. Entrancing Melody. You know what? I don't really know what I'd want to play differently. I don't know if they're going to sideboard against me. I got the protection I need. I kind of want an Enchanting Melody in there to steal one of their big things, that are one of their big cheap things. Especially because I can steal knights with it. You know what? I'm just gonna... Not exactly my favorite keep. I'm gonna keep it. It's a little risky. You get a Mist-Cloaked Herald out. I've got a little bit of protection. I can opt if and when I need to. There's an Azcanta Vanguard. Okay, so now I keep Merfolk Trickster open, just like last game. I kind of would have liked to have played the Siren Stormtamer already, because they can exile my... Okay. So I eat this again. Block. And there's another Azcanta Vanguard, alright. And there's a Curious Obsession for me. What I'm going to do is play a Siren Stormtamer. And then I'm going to play a Curious Obsession on my Mist-Cloaked Herald. They might have a Spell Pierce. Yes, I should have played that first. Alright. My bad. You know what, I'll play the Merfolk Trickster too. I might be taking 3 damage a couple times here. Letting that Curious Obsession get Spell Pierce was a big mistake. Boom, 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 boom. History of Benalia. Okay. I have a feeling I'm going to be blinking a knight. I'm not going to block the Vanguard. Yes. But I will opt. What I really want is a Curious Obsession. I'll take another opt. Oh, there's a Tempest Djinn. Mist-Cloaked Herald. Here, I'm gonna opt. Don't really want another Mist-Cloaked Herald. An island. So do I play the Tempest Djinn now? No, I think I play it on the next turn. But I can play a Pteramander right now. Maybe I should have left man up so I could blink and Siren Stormtamer next turn. Although I don't know if it's that important that I protect stuff with Siren Stormtamer, because nothing actually has a Curious Obsession on it yet. Let's see here, I'll pass. Let's see here, do I want to block with Merfolk Trickster? No, I'm not going to block with Merfolk Trickster yet. Down to Vanguard, alright. And now I'm going to blink one of these tokens. Alright. I want the Charter Course actually. So I'm going to attack. All three of these, I think. I'll chart a course. They're gonna try to exile something. Opt, huh? Well, I'm going to go ahead and opt right now. Do I want the land? Not really. Spell Pierce is fine. Okay. I'm just going to block the Azcanta Vanguard. Let them decide if they want to take 4 damage. Yeah, I really screwed up game 2. I might get lucky, but we'll see. Okay, they took the damage. 3. So, there's at least 8 damage coming my way. Alright, now I got another Spell Pierce. I can just barely make that 5, but I don't think it's worth it. So what I'm going to do is... I'm going to attack Yeah, I'm going to attack with both of these. A Tempest Djinn. Get ready to Spell Pierce. Or a Siren Stormtamer. Either way. Depending what they do. So Tempest Djinn can block Adonto Vanguard without dying. Oh boy, okay. That's what Siren Stormtamer's for. I'm gonna take a big hit. Out of mana, unfortunately. Alright, then I pump up the Pteramander and attack. Let's see what I'm up against this time. So we both won our first round, so this might just be a little harder than the first. Oh boy. I'm nervous about keeping a 1, but I got Mist-Cloaked Herald and Curious Obsession, so I'm gonna risk it. A lot of times this hand works out. And hopefully they don't burn my Mist-Cloaked Herald and then I get stuck on one land. That would really suck. That can happen though. Okay, Electromancer first. Yay, an island! Okay, Curious Obsession. Let's attack. And then I save the dive down. Keep that to protect me from burn. Of course I want to draw the card. And done. Now the question is, would I risk an opt? No, not. If they have any red mana open, I am not opting. Okay, so they chart a course. That's fine. So this is probably a Phoenix version. Yeah, there's an Arclight Phoenix already. Okay. Oh boy, and it's already coming. It's already coming. Okay. So I'm going to have to sideboard into something that neutralizes Arclight Phoenixes. Alright. Take my 7 or 5 damage. And they're tapped out so I can safely opt. Find Siren Stormtamer. I might end up just needing blockers. Tempest Djinn blocks Arclight Phoenix at least, so that's nice. I'll go ahead and attack. Kinda want another island. There we go. And I'm gonna bring out a Siren Stormtamer. If I had more open mana, I would Merfolk Trickster their Goblin Electromancer at the beginning of their turn to keep them from having discounted spells, but I can't. I want to leave mana open for Dive Down and Siren Stormtamer right now. Kind of hard decision to make. If they tap out before attacks, I can keep Arclight Phoenix from hitting me. Alright. So I want to stop at next combat just in case. Okay, now they have mana open. Okay, so I have to leave my protection up, so I'm not doing any Merfolk Trickster yet. But next time I probably have to at least kill a Phoenix or something. Okay, so they want a Lava Coil, I will dive down. Since it's a targeted thing. Oh, I meant to opt. Ugh. Dang. Okay. So I just attack now. And now I have enough mana up that I can for sure Merfolk Trickster. And then I want to Merfolk Trickster right at the next turn. So I want to force them to... Okay, now they don't get their discounts. Still got to hold up mana for protection. Crackling Drake, huh? Okay, I'll resolve that. And this time I want to remember to opt. I think I'm probably playing a Tempest Djinn on my next turn. Okay, sure, I'll draw a Merfolk Trickster. Okay, play an island. Can only really attack with Merfolk or Mist-Cloaked Herald right now. And basically play a Tempest Djinn and pass turn. Okay, so I can trade with a Crackling Drake. I can trade a Merfolk Trickster with an Arclight Phoenix if I need to. I didn't have much of a choice there, what to do. There's another Crackling Drake, okay. I'd really like to Merfolk Trickster that Crackling Drake, but I'm afraid they'll shock my Mist-Cloaked Herald if I do it, so... I need to have more mana up to do that kind of stuff. Nope, I just gotta attack. Try to draw a card. Oh, a Pteramander. So what I'm going to do is play out my Siren Stormtamer. No, wait. I'm going to play out a Pteramander and leave mana up for Siren Stormtamer and 2 Merfolk Tricksters. At the beginning of their turn, I'm going to Merfolk Trickster that Crackling Drake so it can't attack me. Okay, so they're shocking that. Okay, that's fine. So now I might not have enough protection for they might finally get my Mist-Cloaked Herald. Okay, they have another Phoenix coming. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, they got it. I don't have anything to do to stop that. I really should have waited to tap down that Crackling Drake. I could have double blocked it if it was attacking. I think I might just be screwed here. Oh, they didn't attack. Interesting. Okay. They have a Siren Stormtamer. So they want to dig up my Pteramander on the next turn. Draw a card. One, two. I need 4 mana open. Yeah, so let's see what I get here. I need 3 mana open, actually. Okay, Wizard's Retort, that's good. Okay, they can opt. I might end up having to chump block Pteramander, which is kind of sad. Radical idea, that's fine. I just can't spend the mana on countering these things, so if I'm going to get killed by the Phoenixes, I'm going to get killed by them. There's a Beacon Bolt, so I need to Wizard's Retort that. And then they're going to be able to cast it again. Oh, this is bad. Shoot. Okay, I'm going to Wizard's Retort it. I think now if they blow up my Siren Stormtamer, I'm done. Okay. I think I just gotta concede. Alright, so what do I need to sideboard in against this? I need Entrancing Melody is not that great of a choice, but Deep Freeze. There, I'm gonna take out the Tempest Djinns. Put in 2 Deep Freezes. And what else can I do against those Phoenixes? I can negate card draw if I really want to. Faerie Duelist can flash in and just kill some things. Can't eat a Drake though. I think I'm going to Exclusion Mage to potentially bounce. Keep it, for sure. This is basically the best hand I can ask for. Of course, they could just shock that. Or she can fire. Yeah, whatever. Alright. Chart a course. Okay, and then I Merfolk Trickster. So this is what I'm attacking with this time. Play an island, put a Curious Obsession on there. And attack. Draw it. Deep Freeze, okay. Maybe if they try to burn it with it, I can opt into a Spell Pierce or something. Their turn, okay, so I'm gonna opt. Nope. Mistake. Okay, they just Spell Pierced my opt. Okay. Whew. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack with Merfolk Trickster again. Then I'll chart a course after I draw a card, probably. Play my island, chart a course. I have a Spell Pierce. I'll play a Pteramander too while I'm at it. End turn. Crackling Drake, okay. So unfortunately, if I deep freeze Crackling Drake, it can still block my Merfolk Trickster. So I need some way to make my Merfolk Trickster bigger. Yep, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and deep freeze it. I still have to attack. I want people to just draw whatever cards I want, which is kind of annoying, but... Okay, end turn. There's an Arclight Phoenix. Has haste. Works as a blocker. Okay. So... Well, I have to attack. I'm going to lose Curious Obsession. They have to decide if they want to trade the Phoenix with Merfolk Trickster. They did not. But now I can chart a course. Okay. I want mana up for Wizard's Retort. I also want a Siren Stormtamer out. Really badly. But I want a Wizard's Retort and Spell Pierce also. Well, nope. I'm leaving up Wizard's Retort and Spell Pierce. There's an opt, which I'm going to let them have. Crackling Drake, I will counter. They can decide if they're attacking They are, okay. Alright. I have to attack. It's not going to do anything. And now I'll Siren Stormtamer and Mist-Cloaked Herald. Oh boy. There's a Crackling Drake. I'm not blocking it. And there's a Pteramander. Now can I grow the Pteramander and have 2 mana open? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it only costs 4? Okay. I'm just gonna grow it right now. Leave 2 mana up. And I have to attack with Merfolk Trickster. And I'll attack with Mist-Cloaked Herald, why not? Bye bye, Merfolk Trickster. Alright. I can't spell pierce it, so I will use Siren Stormtamer. Do I trade? I don't have much of a choice. I'm gonna trade. Wish I had a dive down, but I don't. Alright. And I also wish Exclusion Mage had flash, but it doesn't. It's not really worth bouncing any of those. I need to bounce big expensive drakes. Or play Exclusion Mage if I need to block. Okay. Shard, of course. Well, I can't counter it. I don't have any Spell Pierce mana up. I mean, they have mana to pay for Spell Pierce. Sorry, you're done, Mist-Cloaked Herald. Okay. Well, I can bounce Crackling Drake. But then they get to draw a card again, which is really annoying, but at least they can't attack me with that thing. Let's opt first. I don't really want an island. Oh man. Let's opt again. No, I don't want an island. I do want Curious Obsession, but it doesn't do me much good right now. Okay, I'll Exclusion Mage, Crackling Drake. Nope, it's gone. I am dead. I'll let him hit me. Alright. This is Joe from Daily Arena, playing in a Daily Arena tournament. Got my Chat up and going. I was having some flaky internet issues. Keep this playing mono blue tempo. I think I got everything all figured out now, so let's see what we're doing. Say hello. Oh, looks like someone's playing some kind of gate deck, maybe? I will just keep mana up for Wizard's Retort. I'm not sure I should have kept this. Maybe I should have held on for or held out for a Curious Obsession. Sacred Foundry, huh? My opponent here promised me a fun deck, and you know what? He might just be watching because I shared it to a group that he's in, so we'll see. You're watching, Eric. Hi. Hopefully you're not because you're playing. Let's see here. Let's opt real quick. I don't really want a Pteramander. I should not have opted yet. Oh well. Screw that up. Should have kept mana up for Wizard's Retort. It's a mistake. Maybe it's going to be... What is it, Nickel Bolus? What can I discard? I'll discard a Mist-Cloaked Herald. Don't need a ton of those. Eventually I can blink of an eye and then counter that, but I can't do it just quite yet, so Tempest Djinn just a 3/4. Not gonna play that yet. Also, that doesn't leave. I wouldn't have mana up for Siren Stormtamer. I'm gonna play the Pteramander. Well, I probably should have left 3 mana up, so I had 2 for Wizard's Retort and 1 for Siren Stormtamer. But we will see. Oh, Demanding Dragon. Yeah, I gotta... Fortunately, I gotta counter that. So, looks like a Dragon's deck. Oh good, Essence Capture. But still no Blink of the Eye, that stinks. I mean, still no 4th Island. So I can Blink of the Eye and then Essence Capture. Oh, I guess I gotta counter this. Pretty soon there's gonna be a flip Nicol Bolas over there. Yeah, I'll play my Tempest Djinn now. Gives my opponent something to hit with Bolas. Oh, that Vivek just got through. Oh, that's why they said it's a fun deck. I don't really want Vivictus Asmani to attack. You know what I'm gonna do is blink it here. I'm gonna blink it and just draw a card. This might be a big mistake, but I need to get to Curious Obsession. Birdie flying across the screen here. So they can flip their Nicol Bolas. Okay, Lava Coil that. So now they can't flip Nicol at least. Okay, it is a Karn.
I was well chosen.
You can have an island. I already had blues, so I'm not too worried about that. Now they can... Oh, there's my Curious Obsession. Nice. Let's hope it doesn't get countered. Good. So that attacks, and I might as well attack with everything since it's lethal. I don't know what that card is, but hopefully it's not something that makes it so they block something other than Tempest Djinn and make my day horrible. Yep, let's draw a card. Oh, Spell Pierce, good. I'll just play out another Tempest Djinn. End turn.
I'll make use of that.
I don't want you to have a Varix, so I'll give you a treasure map. I don't really want you to have a treasure map either. But I can Spell Pierce. I don't know, I can't really Spell Pierce a treasure map. They could just draw a land. They could just draw cards, also. Sure, I can Spell Pierce it now. Why not? Oh, it doesn't target the permanents, that stinks. Okay. So if I attack with this, they have to block with this. And then when they attack with this, they can make me sacrifice any of these, but I still think I'm okay. So you know what? I'm gonna just attack with everything. As long as it keeps being lethal. Now I have an opt. Okay. I'm just gonna opt now. Sure, I'll keep the Spell Pierce, why not? End turn. What I'm hoping is that if they make me sacrifice Mist-Cloaked Herald, I can Wizard's Retort, like Varix or whatever, and still hit them with Siren Stormtamer. The fact that Vivictus doesn't sacrifice is troublesome. Ixalan's Binding, huh? But that just creates a dragon. Okay, I have to Wizard's Retort it. That's too bad. Now they can cast Barracks. But not kicked, at least. So they can make me sacrifice Mist-Cloaked Herald. And then the best thing that happens is that I get another Mist-Cloaked Herald on the battlefield. Alright. Okay, and then hopefully this is enough to win. Whew! That was a close one. Alright, what do I sideboard in? Negates aren't really helping me here. Entrancing Melody's not going to really help me here. But Exclusion Mage will. So what I'm going to do is the Spell Pierces don't help me much here either. I need to just keep their creatures away from me. So what I'm going to do is take out a couple Spell Pierces, take out the Spell Pierces, put in Exclusion Mages, and put in a Deep Freeze. Is that good? Maybe even take out a Tempest Djinn for another Deep Freeze? Deal with those dragons? Yeah, I'm going to try that. Just letting my opponent know that I top deck that Merfolk Trickster. Yeah, I was sweating. You know what? I'm gonna keep it. All right. And play a Mist-Cloaked Herald. Put my Stormtamer out there for protection. Start swinging in. And I'll play out another Siren Stormtamer. Of course, they could have sided in some board wipes, so I just might end up being sad here. Oh, an Opt. Let's see what Opt gets me. Don't really want an island. Sure, Pteramander. We're gonna cast the Bombardment, deal 2 damage to each non-pirate. I feel it coming. I feel all my non-pirates having 2 damage dealt to them. I don't want it to happen, but I feel it coming. Come on, come on. No nickel balls, huh? Yay, I've got to dive down now. So now when that comes, I can actually save someone. Seal away. Let's see what seal away tries to target. You know what? I'm gonna let the Pteramander go. That may have been a mistake. We'll see. I'm gonna also play out a Tempest Djinn because I can. I have mana. Dragon's Horde, nice. I think now is the part where I just keep attacking and alright. Did I just win? Settle the wreckage, huh? Well, I can keep that from happening. And let's get a screenshot of this. Tournament, Daily Arena Tournament. This is actually a rematch against the first opponent. I'll keep this because I have it 1-drop and a Curious Obsession. Coffee and Ken is the first opponent that I originally played in the first match of the tournament. Ooh, Legion's Landing. Oh yeah, that's right. He had mono white going on. Alright, well I got my got the card draw engine going on a Pteramander. I've got some protection, I've got an opt. It's looking okay for me. Yep. Go ahead, cast your Tide Taker. Makes it a little harder for me to do things on their turn, unfortunately. Okay, Siren Stormtamer, that's good. Still making everything cost one more. Alright. Here's the question, do I block the Tide Taker now? Could even... No, I'm not going to. I could even dive down after I blocked it. There's a Deputy of Detention. Okay, so I do have to dive down in response to that. I'm gonna try to steal my Pteramander. Nope, my Curious Obsession, that's good. Yep. I'm gonna opt here, see if I can find a new one. Okay, I'll leave the opt on top. Just an island, let's opt. Tempest Djinn. Yeah, I'll leave that on top for now. Yeah, I'll attack with both. I have a feeling I'm not going to win this specific match, or this specific game of the match. So they're going to flip their Legion landing on this turn. Go ahead and opt now. Another dive down. Okay, I'm going to keep it. There's a Wizard's Retort. Let's see here. I've got 3 ops in there, so that costs 5 to transform. Not going to do it yet. Play my Tempest Djinn. Okay. Turn. This is kind of just devolving into a little bit of a race now. I can start hitting harder if I grow my Pteramander. Deputy of Detention, okay. I can dive down. And then they might just have a... Oh, okay. I was thinking they might have a... O-ring. Sky Marcher Aspirant, that's useful, at least as a blocker. Right. I'm gonna block Tide Taker. It's fine. Okay, now I've got a Merfolk Trickster, that's good. And let's see here, I've got 4 in there, so that costs 4. That would leave me with 2, one or the other. I'm not going to do that yet. But you know what, I will threaten to activate it. If they block, I'll activate, otherwise I won't. Alright. Didn't take the bait. Now can the Merfolk Trickster eat something? Yeah, it's gonna probably eat Tithe Taker if they attack with it. Cast 2 of these. Okay, so Knight of Grace. I'm gonna counter the Knight of Grace. Just because they got too many things. Gotta slow down the damage a little bit. Tide Taker's probably the only thing I actually want to Merfolk Trickster on here. Possibly Sky Marcher Aspirant also. Okay. Okay, they're leaving Sky Marcher Aspirant back. They're afraid I'll block it with Stormtamer maybe? Okay, I'm gonna Trickster their Tide Taker. Now if they can O-ring my Tempest Djinn without me being able to protect it, that'll make me sad. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then down to Vanguard. Okay, so now I want another Merfolk Trickster. Okay. So I can blink of an eye something. I can hit for 11 right now. They don't block. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cost 3. They did not block. 11's not worth it. Alright, and then I will end turn. Now if I can survive one more turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna need to blink of an eye something, block something. Okay. Alright.
I look forward to seeing your mistakes.
Okay, so first I blink of an eye this Azcanta Vanguard. Alright, pass, and then I block Sky Marcher Aspirant. And I dive down my Siren Stormtamer, so it eats it. Pass. They go up to 7. I'm down to 2. So they can make a blocker, a Thopter blocker.
I stand on the shoulders of giants.
Got another, play back the Azcanta Vanguard. I'll grow the Pteramander. So I put Seer. Now what can I do? Pipe. Okay, they have a blocker. I can hit for 7 either way. So it all depends on if I can get my Pteramander through and what I draw. I think this is going to go to sideboards. Yeah. So I see here, they have cheap guys that I can grab with Trancing Melody, that's for sure. I think last time I was playing against this deck, I took out the Wizardry, or not Wizardry Retorts. I took out the Tempest Djinns, and it actually worked out really well for me. Faerie Duelist eats things that they throw at me. Deep Freeze worked really well too, I think. Yeah, I think I'm bringing in the Deep Freezes and the Trancing Melodies. Okay, let's go. I will play first. Got a 1-drop and a Curious Obsession. nothing really more I can ask for from this deck. Okay, they have Allegiance Landing. Another Curious Obsession, nice. I've got a Wizard's Retort, that's good. Okay, they have a Skymarcher Aspirant. 2 Skymarcher Aspirants. Alright. Do I go for broke? Let's hear. I can steal one of those pretty soon. I'm gonna start drawing more cards. I need an island for sure. They're gonna flip their Legion's Landing. Yeah, and I'll leave mana up for Essence Capture. In case they try to hit me with their O-Ring dude. Of course, if they hit me with the enchantment, not much I can do. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and Essence Capture that. Hope they don't convoke out that in the O-Ring enchantment. Okay, good. Scary. Okay, there's a Knight of Grace. Okay. Take action. Action, okay. So now I've got Wizard's Retort, Dive Down, Spell Pierce. They're dealing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Okay, I'm gonna keep it how it is for now. Oh, 7 damage. So they have protection from black. Or hexproof from black. My turn, huh? Alright. Lay out an island. Attack. Card. Action. Alright, I can Merfolk Trickster something. Okay, let's see here. What can I steal? I can steal a Sky... I can't steal that, but I can steal a Skymarcher Aspirant. Give them one fewer thing to attack with. And then I can Merfolk Trickster and Attacker. Maybe a Knight of Grace or something. What am I going to discard? A Wizard's Retort. Let's see what they do. History of Benalia, huh? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have to spell pierce that. They're gonna get it anyway. Alright. Just trying to force you to use up your mana, that's all. Okay. Got it. So here's 6 damage coming through. My turn. I've got an island. Okay, so Sky Marcher flies now. 1, 2. How come Pteramander can't turn on yet? That's my question. Okay, I'm sticking a Curious Obsession on. So depth 4 brings us up to 8. Lets me hit for 10. Not quite enough. So let me see what I can do here. Need to be able to block everything. Well, you know what? I have to see what I can draw. Okay, so what do I got? I got a Pteramander. Got a Mist-Cloaked Herald. That's 1, 2, 3 things blocked. 1, 2, 3 things blocked. 2, 3, 4, 5 things coming at me. 2, 3 things blocked. I can bounce something. But I don't have enough to bounce and do Merfolk Trickster. I'm done. Good game. Alright, I'm knocked out of the tournament.